up, what up, what up, what up? You know what it is. This is the front line. Thank you for everybody who is taking any time whatsoever out of your schedule to be able to come join our live stream. As you know, we do at Community Frontline. We try to make sure that we bring you things that we feel like will enlighten the community, inform the community, uplift the community, things that we feel like the community needs to know, pertinent issues. And tonight is no exception. Tonight we got a wonderful hour planned for you tonight, and we're doing an hour. And it's gonna, and I know that it's gonna be poignant. It's gonna be pertinent to what's happening right now, and I just really can't wait for you to be able to hear from all these beautiful voices that we got present. So, like we always do, we're gonna go around so you know who we got on the call with us this evening, and we're gonna start with the front line ourselves before we actually introduce our guests. So, y'all know what it is. I always got my player partner with me, my brother, my man Albert Roberts, the people's lawyer. Y'all know me and Albert go back and forth like Jada and Sheik. So yeah, what it is, Albert, tell them what up, man.
Hey, what's the word? Frontline, we out here. Q, Dante, let's do this tonight. Let's get these people informed. Let's do it. I'm ready.
Indeed, indeed. And I should have said Jada and Styles. We don't do like Jada and Sheik, man. But yeah, we're gonna do Jada and Styles instead. But yeah, and then of course we got our president of Community Frontline, my brother, the man, President Dante Williams. Dig, say what's up to you people.
Yo, what up, Frontline? Hey, man, just tune in tonight. And tonight is all about Atatiana and the Atatiana Project, man. So thank y'all for tuning in. And donate, give. We'll get y'all informed about that and what that is here shortly.
Straight up, straight up. And so I go around and I'll just give a little space for our guests to be able to give their shouts out to their people, talk a little bit about themselves. Three of the people, if you are part of Frontline or been on anything, you know these people too, because they are active part of everything that we got going. Starting off with our girl, Dunbar Wildcat alum, Pamela Young. Miss Pamela, say what's up to you people.
Hey, Community Frontline fam. Thank y'all for having me tonight. My name is Pamela Young, and I'm a community organizer with United Fort Worth, and I'm happy to be here.
Always happy to have you, sister, for real. Then we got our brother in arms down here doing the work every day, making sure that people got exactly what they need, always for real on the front lines. It's always a pleasure to have our man, Pastor Mac. Rodney McIntosh is in the building. Say what's up to you people, fam.
Yeah, I'm Community Frontline family, man, Pastor McIntosh, Stop 6 Texas, man. Grateful to be on the call. Looking forward to this evening.
Indeed. Thanks so much for coming on, brother. We really do appreciate your time. And then we got our girl that's always in the trenches doing their work, that's making sure that people are informed, that's out there fighting for justice for folks. It's Mendia Whittier. What it do? Say what's up to your people.
Hi, friends. I'm a community organizer with United Fort Worth, and I'm just really honored to be here tonight to get to participate in celebrating Tatiana.
Indeed. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of y'all do, because y'all always do a wonderful job of making sure you're helping and serving our community. And that's what this is all about. So we are really honored to be able to have you on. So like I said, with those three, y'all know them. Like I said, if you've been around us at any point in time, those people are family. They are out here with us and they are doing the great work. And we're so proud to partner with them. But thankfully tonight, we got two people that that we really want to be able to highlight who they are, what they do, because they really are out here changing the game. And it's so unfortunate that it took a tragedy for it to come to this, but they are definitely using their pain and they are healing and helping so many others through what happened in their tragedy. So tonight we have the Carr sisters. We have Amber and we have Ashley, and they are sisters of Atatiana Jefferson. And so just really quickly before we get into tonight, I just want to give y'all space just to say what's up to people. I'll start with you, Amber.
Hello, I'm Amber Carr, Atatiana Jefferson's sister. I'm 11 months older than Tay. We're all stair steppers. Well, not all of us, but the last three. We're stair steppers, so you have like 88, 89, and 90. Yeah, I don't know, Ashley. I don't know what else to say. I'm also the mom. I'm also the mom of Zion Carr. Zion Carr is Atatiana's nephew, Zayden Carr, Atatiana's nephew.
Indeed, indeed. And bless that young brother. Thank you, Amber. And then Ashley, out there in the H, say what's up to you people, Ashley. You got to unmute for me.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ashley Carr. I'm one of Atatiana's sisters. I'm the oldest. All our names start with an A, so we call ourselves the A team. So that's just what we've been since forever. We've been through, it's been a lot, but we are definitely not giving up. And I guess being resilient through it all. But it's a lot. It's definitely a lot. But so yeah, we're trying to, help with this, changing this, I guess pain to purpose type situation. And we started our own nonprofit called the Atatiana Project, which is based in Fort Worth. Where we're going to expose youth to STEM. And first thing we wanted to do is we want to do a gaming center out there. We also want to do one in Dallas because that's where, we were raised. But just the DFW area, type situation. We've had different opportunities. We've had different suggestions on how we could, still be effective in the community without the building. So one of the first things we're going to do is do a summer camp where kids will be building their own computers, right? Ages 6 through 12. We are partnering with TCU. So they'll be able to do it on a college campus, right, Amber?
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, the idea is just to target the kids who don't usually get to experience anything new or might not ever have that opportunity to even step on a college campus, you know what I mean? Never even thought about going to college or we also want to cater to those that may not go to college as well, because everyone doesn't go to college. I don't know. Do we have any questions?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
That's best for me. I don't know what direction
me,
to go in.
No, we got you. No, y'all started freestyling. I love it. See, that was a beautiful thing. Y'all started diving into it. So now I wanted to definitely make space for y'all to be able to start talking about that. But as we'll dive a little bit further into the project, kind of how it started and why y'all got it going. But before even we do that, I guess what I really want you two to be able to do, because you can do it better than anyone else, is really just tell us about Atatiana Jefferson, right? So and just setting you up with this is that we know that we're at the anniversary of the death of George Floyd, and we've had national incidents of things that are happening. But we're here in Fort Worth. She was right here in Fort Worth. We had something local. We had a daughter of the city right here that was taken by the hands of police officers. And so even though, some things make national news, and she did as well, we wanted to make sure that we make room for the home here and to really talk about who Atatiana was, that it is so much more behind a hashtag or a slogan or whatever the case. And who better than y'all two to be able to honor her life and let those of us who didn't have the privilege of knowing her personally know exactly who she is. So Ashley, I guess I'll start with you, and then Amber, feel free to jump in. Who was Atatiana Jefferson? I even heard y'all refer to her as Tay, part of the A-team with y'all. Who was Tay to y'all?
Well, to me, Atatiana, she was an inspiration. I would say that. She was always the person that, understood you. Even when, And that's definitely missed, you know, when you need someone to talk to, when you feel like the world is on your shoulders. She was definitely the person to try to help me make the plan on how we're going to execute this, because failure was never an option for Tatiana. So she was going to be like, okay, well, look, this is what we can do. You know, how can we get it together? And, you know, that is definitely missed. Not saying that my siblings, you know, we have it, but it's like a piece of a puzzle. I mean, you know, it's a picture, but it's just a piece that's just always missing.
Missing.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely, absolutely. So when you think about Tatiana and her life, Amber, like, you know, what things come to mind for you and memories you have of time with your sister, or personality, or just who she was?
So Tatiana and myself, we were total opposites, right? I was the girly girl. She was a tomboy, even though we were raised like in a Pentecostal environment. So we wore skirts all our lives. And she was the girl with the skirt on, climbing the trees onto the rooftop of the house and jumping off. Uh, she was outdoors. I was indoors. She played video games. I played with dolls. She was my doll when she allowed me to, because like I said, she was a tomboy. She was a brainiac. You know, she had a lot of book smarts. And for me, growing up, I had low self-esteem because I couldn't catch it in school. But Tay, on the other hand, you know, we would go into the bedroom while everybody was making fun of me. You know, she was helping me. You know, we're going to get this. You're going to understand this. She got frustrated to the point where she probably wanted to smack me, but she didn't give up. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of weird now as an adult looking back. And now that I have my own kids, she likes kids. I need to stop saying she didn't like kids. Because, you know, for a long time, we thought she didn't like kids. Because you brought your baby around, she look at your baby from a distance, you know? She never like really. But when I had Zion, it was a different story. It was a total different story. Everyone thought that Zion was hers. You know, they never expected him to be mine. Like when we were out and about, nobody ever thought he was mine. So I think he liked it that, you know, he was cool. He was cool with that association. He didn't care. But yeah, Tatiana, things that I wish, I feel like now that she's gone, it's almost like I'm embodying her. Like her spirit is within me. I don't know if that sounds crazy,
Not at all.
but I find myself becoming a little bit more outspoken, a little bit more zero tolerance. I find myself doing the things that I want to do,
Yeah.
and not taking no stuff and not caring about, you know, what anybody got to say. And that's exactly who she was.
Yeah.
And that's what I envied, because my whole life I always worried about what people were going to think if I made this decision, or what people were going to think if I made this choice. But she never did that. She, like Ashley says, she went by the beat of her own drum. And I feel like now, all of a sudden now I'm doing the same. So that's a Tatiana to me, for me.
Absolutely awesome. Thank you for that, Amber.
And she was my protector, because let me tell you, I was not a fighter, but I was the mouther. You know, I had the mouth, but you know.
Oh, no, so you write the checks and she cash them, huh?
I'm talking about cash them all the way to the bank. Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome.
No,
and
seriously.
then Ashley, with you, I guess, you know, is there a memory that comes to mind when you think about your sister, or you know, maybe a moment y'all shared, or something that pops in the head when you have those moments where you're thinking about it?
Oh, those are sporadic. Just, you know, random, you know, certain songs on the radio, or, you know, things like that. It don't even have to be that. Shoot, I'll be honest. It can be, you know, because it's 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm looking through my phone, and, you know, you see things and stuff like that. So lots of things remind me of her. Like I have a dog. So we have our moments, and like she taught the dog tricks, and people think, oh, that's so wonderful. And I'm like, don't give me credit for this, because I definitely did not do this at all. But, but the dog is so loving. Rough, but it's so loving.
She's a
And
big baby.
she's a big baby. Yeah, she doesn't know her size. She thinks she's, 10 pounds when she's 40 pounds. So, but it's all Tay. I see Tay, that's what I see. So I have that, memory, I have her type situation.
Her child.
Yeah,
Because that's
but
exactly how these women in my family treat these dogs.
dog.
They let them in the bed, Q.
They got pet insurance, we do real
We didn't even know, like
we didn't even
y'all doing
know.
it for real.
Tay had pet
they
insurance.
had pet
on
insurance on
on
the
his
dog.
dog.
I didn't know that existed till right now. I was
I
today
didn't
years
know
old
till
when
she
I found out.
told me, yeah, but that's just was her. She was like, I'm gonna be on my P's and Q's. If this my dog, I'm gonna make sure I can take care of it,
Yeah.
best of my abilities. And it's just, an example, one example of all the things that, she did.
Oh, that's what's up. No, thank y'all so much for sharing in with that. And then Nice was able to join us. It's good to see you. We already started the conversation a little bit, but welcome in. Indeed. And so we'll be hearing from him just a little bit. But so y'all started off this way, and then we'll bring everybody else in here in just a moment to kind of share a little bit. But you already hit it a little bit, but I want to make sure you get the opportunity to tell us about the Atatiana Jefferson Project, which you kind of told us what it is, but where did that idea come from? How did y'all, get to the point where you're like, yeah, we're gonna go in this direction, start doing it, STEM, all that. So where did that birth out of for y'all?
Well, that was more so of, us trying to do something in the midst of us having nothing done. I'm gonna be honest. And how could we pour into other people and things like that? Because that's one thing we all understand that, that helps us by helping others. So, and we wanted to make sure that Tay's legacy was something that was meaningful and that would last longer than us and will help the community, because that was what she was doing at the time of her death, was helping her family, her village, type situation. So it was like, well, what was she doing? She was playing video games with her nephew. That's what we all do. That's what, that's Tay, Yes, she was in the band. Yes, she was in the choir. Yes, she was in all of that. Yes, she was, into science and doing science experiments at home and things like that. So we were best like saying we wanted to give the world Tay and make so many little Tays that the world can't stop.
Definitely.
Love it. That's absolutely perfect. Well, we definitely here to support it, and we're glad the project is going, and that's what tonight is bringing awareness to it. Hopefully more people find out, through being able to see tonight that the Atatiana Jefferson Project exists, that y'all are doing fantastic work, and we want them to give. And we're gonna try to make sure we do all we can to support y'all as we do it, as y'all do it. So, with that, definitely want to bring in everybody else that we have here. People that have walked alongside you all in the midst of the tragedy, and walking alongside you all as you're launching the project and getting everything done there. And so, Pam, we'll start with you as far as just, what is the impact of everything that's happened with Tatiana, and you being ingratiated with the family and kind of some of the work that you've been doing around that. What's been the impact since we've had this tragedy?
Yeah, thank you. And it was just so wonderful to hear Amber and Ashley talk about Atatiana I just feel the more and more I hear about her, the more I feel like, did I know her? Like I feel familiar, and I love that. I want to learn more. But you know, I'm an organizer with United Fort Worth, and we were actually in 2019 starting on a project to get oversight for the Fort Worth Police Department, independent community police oversight. And on the morning of October 12th, 2019, we were actually having a meeting, a community meeting about police oversight. And that's when we got the news. It was during that meeting. And we all just froze. And were basically in shock. And from there, you know, started working to really make sure that, you know, Atatiana being taken away from us was not in vain. You know, that as tragic as that is, that something good, something else good is going to come from it. And, you know, for our part, that's going to be independent community oversight of the Fort Worth Police Department, holding Fort Worth Police accountable, not just after the fact, but being proactive to make sure measures are in place so that tragedies like this don't happen. And so that there are deterrents in place so that officers don't have that immunity and that impunity with which to harm people in our communities anymore. And so that's what we've been working on ever since, you know, before Atatiana was taken from us by Fort Worth Police Department. And we're continuing to work on it. We just had another meeting today, as a matter of fact, on, you know, moving that mission forward with independent oversight in Fort Worth. And we're gonna keep going. And that's not the only thing. You know, there's so many other ways that we can make sure that our communities are safer here in Fort Worth, and that don't include more police on our streets, but it includes building up our community. And that's what we're going to continue to work toward.
Thank you, Pamela, for that work that you continue to do in that area. Pastor McIntosh, we're gonna pass the mic to you, brother. Tell us how you fit in. You know, and I know it's a, you know, it's an old saying, get in where you fit in. How has Tay, or the work that you do on a daily basis, tell us about where those lives cross at and how they impact
you? First, man, for me, it's a little different. I just actually want to thank Ashley and Amber, man, for just giving me the opportunity to just even continue to serve their family. Because I think that's what it was for me, man, just because I know we look at it and we talk about Tay, but all of us remember, man, leading up to Tay, we had already saw, you know, man, so much police brutality or so much violence. Like, man, that's something. And to get to this point and to see a tragedy, and believe me, this is a tragedy, man, that in its purest form, to see something like this. So it allowed me the opportunity, man, to just step, because as a pastor, I just always want to be serving our community, right? Like, and I just want to be there, man. I think one of the things I liked the most for me, and it sounds crazy, was just that I was given the opportunity to be close enough to them to keep other people, man, that consider themselves leaders in our community from exploiting this situation, like for their own gain, man, or just like using like what happened to her, man, as a tool to always get themselves out front. Because, man, at the end of the day, what they needed was the support from the community, like whatever it was. If it was like, say, when something happened to the house, man, we should have been there. If they was having an event, just being able to be there and just letting them know, man, that like there are people in Fort Worth that will never forget, neither have forgotten about, you know, like about Tay. So that's the thing for me, man. And then them giving me the opportunity whenever they have something for her to be able to step in and just be there, man, and, you know, and to be a representative for this city, man. I'm grateful and I'm thankful. But also, man, like speaking up and saying the things I did caused me to do some things, man, that I never thought I would do. And from a different place, man, dealing with the police, man, and just trying to help them understand like who we are, what our communities look like. Like, man, we're not animals when you come here. You don't always have to fear us. Having real conversations about like we can no longer allow y'all to consider our community war zones, man. So also just trying to work in an area, man, that'll bring peace to our community so they can no longer use the excuse that they was afraid when they came. Uh, and man, just to see our community is different. So I think that's what it is for me, and it was. But I also, man, if y'all don't mind, I just want to say this. When we talk Atatiana Project, and you know, I'm one of them ouch and amen preachers to myself. I don't never want to be fake with people and me. I just believe we all have to do better at remembering Atatiana, and I'm not just talking about the things that we do or say, but they've talked several times about them getting the building for the, you know, for the STEM school and just doing different things. And man, my heart hurts because I am a homer. Like Dante could tell you, he laughed, but boy, I love Stop Six. Like Funky Town Gangsta on my arm, I love Fort Worth, right? And I know things took place all over this whole country, but bro, for me, charity starts at home, right? And like, bro, I want to make sure that we never forget, like, or allow them to forget, like, man, who she is and who she was, man, and truly, man, even what she mean to us right now. Because one thing that happened for me just from this, and I'll be real, man, I grew up in the streets, you know, changed, man, married, respect my wife, but it made me look at African American women in our community different. Like from the moment, like when I actually ever said something like, bro, we don't defend the women in our community, we less than men. And that came from like seeing this, man, and you know, and just like, bro, like, man, this can't keep happening to us in our communities. So it pushed me to a place to where, man, I don't like to talk a lot, but I had to become vocal because I just refused to allow something like this to happen, man, and to see it and we go past. And then the last thing for me, man, I would say to the city of Fort Worth, everybody. So when they did, and I'm saying again for me, when they did the naming of the street, I'm like, bro, whenever we do anything else around here, there's people everywhere. Like this family shouldn't do nothing in this city, bro, and there'd be 40 or 50 people there, right? Just being honest, bro. I may have missed one thing I think that they've done. I think it was the last time, but man, I try to make sure that if either one of them say we doing this, and I'm gonna make sure my face is there. Like, man, that's what Fort Worth's supposed to do. Like as a city, if they doing it, bro, we just supposed to show up. Like you ain't got to be on the program, you ain't got to be seen, you ain't got to lead it or nothing. We just supposed to show up and say, bro, we'll never forget Atatiana Jefferson. Like, right? Like whatever this family has, that's what we supposed to do. So I think that's what it's been for me.
I appreciate that, brother, and I appreciate that perspective because again, it's a community, and it ain't just any community; it's our community. You know, everybody on this call has a tie, a physical, real tie to this city and this community. And so, if we care about it, we got to show up. Got to show up and got to show out for our people. Mindia, I'm gonna pass the mic to you. Tell us some insight from your perspective, how this has impacted you, affected you, or how you've plugged yourself into this.
So the first thing that I want to do is just say to Amber and Ashley that we love you. We love your sister. We support you. We stand with you. And we commit to carrying her memory and her spirit forward. So we support you fully in that. And, you know, I think when I talk to people all across this city, I hear so many stories of people who have been touched by what happened to your sister. I hear so many people talk about making a pilgrimage to the house, you know, in the days, in the weeks following her murder. You know, so I feel like there's so many people in the community that have been touched by it and impacted by it. And I think what would be compelling for us to maybe hear from you all is, you know, what would justice look like for you? You know, what would justice on your sister's behalf look like for you? Because some of us have an idea of, like, you know, what we might think that looks like. So for me personally, I feel like it's systems change. You know, it's not just about holding one person accountable, it's achieving systems change. But, you know, I think as a community, we really should be following the lead of what you all feel like would be justice for your sister. So I just wondered if you guys would share about that.
Unfortunately, my justice can't happen. You know what I mean? Justice for me, Zayden, justice for me would have been for Aaron Dean to knock on my mom's door, for Aaron Dean and his partner to announce themselves. Justice for me would have been some type of grace being shown that night or that morning. So now I'm left to think that justice is putting a man in jail. But that's really not, that's not justice for me, because I feel like that's not enough. Maybe God is working on me. I know he is. But as of right now, I feel like justice is a life for a life. Does that make sense? A life for a life. Like, you took a life. Yeah. I don't know what justice is right as of right now. But for me, that's what justice would have been for me. So it's really hard as a family member to say what I expect justice to be, but all I can do is follow whatever the protocol is, whatever, you know. You know, the end result. The end result is you can't get her back. None of the things that I think is justice can ever happen. So now I'm left with what?
Thank you for sharing that, because I think it helps us be able to see, you know, what can we do to work in the community to help, you know, pursue change so that the officers do knock on the door and announce themselves and treat people like humans.
That was a real poignant question, Mindy. And actually, I don't know if you would like to respond to that, but definitely would love to hear from you if you want to be able to answer a question about what justice looks like for you.
I don't know. Because as Amber said, it is definitely different. I don't even know if I could say it, you know, if I'm allowed to, you know. These are all the questions that are going in my head as you guys are answering this question, because I don't want anyone to use anything against my sister, because she's such an amazing person. And there's literally nothing. There's literally nothing.
And they're watching, and they're watching us. They're watching us and who we're associating ourselves with. You know, these lives, we love them, you know, because we get the amplified thing, but they're watching these too.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But as far as for the community, we definitely need the support, the help to raise awareness of Atatiana, because the thing of it is that there are people in Fort Worth, there's people in Dallas who don't know of Atatiana, and we're thinking, oh, she has got national coverage or whatever, but a lot of people don't watch the news, as we can see. A lot of people don't follow the certain people
Right.
that we're talking about her. So what could the community do that we can raise awareness of Atatiana, who she was and what happened to her, and what can we do to not let this happen again? Things that seem simple to us obviously need policies and procedures, and not even just that, and the execution of those policies and procedures, and and consequences, because that's what we're learning, that everybody don't have the same consequences. As an educator, if I did something, I can lose. They're quick to take my certification away without ands, ifs, and buts about it, and I will have to find another source of income to anybody else. That's anybody that have licenses and things like that. Those are the things they're quick to snatch away if you do things. Whereas in this profession, it's not so. It's let us talk about it. Let's think about it. You have some time off, and we have a cool down session. Those things shouldn't be given. In a job where it's life threatening, because that's basically what this is. This is a life threatening job, and
and they knew that when they signed up.
Let's just be honest. No one expect to be, a police for. That is part of. That's the reason why you're giving protection or whatever. But it's for used to protect yourself and not try to harm others. And we're learning that people don't understand what that level of protection is, and when is it's supposed to be used and not used, point blank.
Yeah. Thank y'all both so much for that. And India, for real, thank you for that question. That was very, very powerful to be able to hear that. And so nice you got on a little bit late, but we definitely want to welcome you in here. So if you could tell the people who you are, and then just begin to speak about what you're hearing here now, the impact of Atatiana Jefferson's life, and kind of the impact of the work that you've been associated with here since her death.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm nice. I'm really just me. Like, I don't have no background and none of this stuff. Long story short, when this happened to Atatiana. Oh, by the way, hey Ashley, Amber, what's up, y'all?
Hey, Zayden just said, "Oh, look at Auntie Night. That's Auntie Night." He's like, "I don't know any of them other people."
Tell my little dogs I said, hey, but when it happened, I can remember I was like living my normal life. I work in the music industry, so it's a fun job. I was, none of that type of stuff really kind of makes its way in the industry all the time, but when it happened, I can remember I was scrolling through my photo album looking for an old picture like last week, and I saved the picture of Atatiana in my phone just from the news when it happened. Like, I thought it was the worst thing that I thought ever happened, what I'm saying, so close to me, like in my city. I was like, it really bothered me so much to the point where I can remember driving by the house like 2 days after it happened, and I saw like people out there. I saw like a news van, and I was just like, damn, that's where it happened. I said, I felt so sad. Like, it was just something about that story that just stuck with me, because it happened like in Fort Worth. Like, I know all the other stuff happened there, and that stuff affects me, but this one, it was just like, and then driving past the house and everything. But back then I didn't know about anybody protesting. Like, I didn't know anything about this lifestyle and, activism and none of that stuff. Like, I'm not no activist. People might think because I'm active with this, but I'm not. I can't claim that title. I've only been since last summer, involved in this, but it just always stuck with me. And then after George Floyd happened, and I was able to find out, like, oh, people are protesting downtown. Like, I got back from protesting in Atlanta, and I found out they was doing it in Fort Worth. So I just went down there and, you know, stood at the bottom of the steps and just was listening. You know, it was just a lot going on. And I remember one specific person, a high school friend, Rod Smith, he had got on a bullhorn and was just like, you know, y'all can't forget about Atatiana Jefferson. And in my head, I was like, that's her name. You know what I'm saying? And then after he said that day, like, I didn't care about, no offense to anybody, but I didn't care about nothing else that was going on but Atatiana. You know, like, I was like, okay, that's what, you know, we should be fighting for. And since then, I was just coming out. And I really got connected with them when they were doing a kids march one day. And I met Zion face to face. And I had a body cam on. And I remember Zion asked, the first thing Zion ever said to me is he looked at me like he didn't even know me. And he was just like, does the mayor hate us? You know, and I actually like got the footage on my body cam when I watched it. And this is the first time that I didn't say anything, y'all. Like usually I'll talk and I kind of just turned my head and like looked away, like I don't know what to, you know, say to this kid. And then me and Zion kind of just got connected. And when I would come to the events, like he would run up to me, we would be happy to see each other. And I realized that, okay, you guys took, you know, this woman away, but then we always forget Zion was right there. You know, like Zion lived this experience closer than anybody outside of Atatiana. Like Zion was the closest with, you know what I'm saying, to really feel and see, you know, everything. And I became just naturally close to Zion, like nothing forced, just, you know, he would ask about me, I would ask about him, you know, me, Ashley, and Amber just got closer just because I genuinely just inserted myself. Like I was like, yo, you know what y'all need? I would always tell them, what's up, Zion? Like if y'all need something, hit me up. You know what I'm saying? Like don't play around. I'm not out here just trying to like, just call me. I'll do anything y'all need me to do. Like, I don't care what it is, babysit, you know, anything. But me and Zion got cool. Like we just started mentoring him. When Zion gets in trouble, he gets in trouble, you know, with me. Like I just naturally became a part of the family because I just care so much, you know, keeping up with updates, just texting them, y'all all right? What y'all doing? You know, how y'all doing out there? You know, I love you. You know what I'm saying? We miss you, you know, just, I think the best way to stay involved is not a set of things you can do. If you can't naturally do it, if you can't naturally hit them up and ask them how they doing or call them or send a message or say hi, it's Zion, then like you kind of forcing yourself. That's why we had trouble with people showing up and being involved because it was not natural for everyone. It was a trend. It was a thing to do last summer, you know, and stuff started opening back up, capacity started going up, and I could see those numbers shift. Like when the restaurants and bars went up to 50, 75%, I could be like, okay, we lost 10 people, you know, like everybody went back to doing what they was supposed to do, you know, but I honestly didn't because how can I, you know, like, I mean, I know cousins, like family members, like, I don't think the community in the city of Fort Worth really knows how much is needed, you know, and how much is being neglected when it comes to this, like fighting for this Maddox building. Like Ashley, you already know how we was going, you know what I'm saying? Like Ashley way down in Houston, she calling me like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Can you make it up there? You damn right I can make it up there. I'll go get whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you need. I told you, I'm gonna put my collar shirt on, go out there and meet this white lady and do what y'all need to do. Like, come around. Like, I just feel like they're not blocking anyone from helping them. You know what I'm saying? They're not trying to keep, we want everyone to represent Atatiana's name the right way, and we don't want anybody to, you know, jeopardize the trial or anything. But if you really want to help Atatiana, like the gateway is through these two women, they're sisters, you know, their brother, he's doing his thing in the Navy, but man, nobody ain't stopping anybody from hitting y'all up, Ashley and Amber, messaging y'all when we have these events and everything. Like, people just don't show up. Like, it takes a lot for a person to step out their own life and care about what somebody else has going on when we all have millions of things going on, you know, ourselves. But if you say that you are what you are, and like everybody giving themselves these titles, we got all these organizations, I see her name so much, but in my mind, I'm always keep it real. Like I don't see, what I'm saying, nobody like Amber just said, Zion or Zayden saying, I don't know anybody, what I'm saying? Like that's from being around the family. Like the damn family needs us. The family needs us. This ain't about no money or anything, but some of the things we're trying to accomplish to heal and make up from a Tatiana. Come on, it just costs money. Unless somebody out there can donate us a building, like where are all of our strong Black business leaders? Where are all of the people that actually mean something? Like where is anybody and everybody that could do something so that we can leave something so this never happens again? Like one of the things I'm doing is I just feel like if I can stay on the police's ass, I can prevent them from ever even thinking about doing another Black woman or anybody like that again. Like if I can face to face with the 1,700 plus people in Fort Worth PD, just to, look at them like, what you doing at work? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll do that for them. If I gotta stay on the cases and make sure policy's going and go to every meeting that they have, like, I'll do that for them. Like, I just kind of look at them and listen to what hurts them the most, and I just kind of react in my own bubble. And then most importantly, like I'm making sure I'm here for Zion. Like the level, Zion needing a mentor, Zion playing sports, like Zion is what's left, like that was close to Tatiana, and a lot of people don't even help him. He needs a mentor, like just everything. Like it's a lot of neglected help, and I really hope and wish that wherever this is being broadcasted or whatever, like I just feel like we don't have to come up here and shouldn't have to keep telling the story over and over again. Like, damn, y'all, we know what happened to a Tatiana. We all know that, like, don't make them keep repeating and telling their story and just opening the wound. If anything, like help them bandage the wound some more. Like, like, come on, let's get the Atatiana Project to be one of the biggest foundations out here. Like, let's help grow the seeds that this family has planted versus always wanting to know the story. Like the news, like just go research it. Don't ask them ever again. Go research it, go watch an interview. And sisters, I just know how y'all feel, so I'm gonna speak because we get together and we talk and we have family time, and I know how it is when y'all always got to keep doing this. All we're asking for is just for people to actually be active. You know what I'm saying? Like if you want to be here and if you want to help, then be here and help. If you see anything with her name on it, react to it, show up. But that's it. I know I can get long-winded when it comes to Tatiana, so I'll be quiet, y'all.
No, that was super dope, nice. That was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. Thank you for everything you just said there because it needed to be said. Absolutely.
You're welcome.
So I'll say, getting closer to that time. So I want to make room here to get Dante in and, kind of on two fronts. One, if there's anything in the chat that's kind of pertinent that maybe we need to, hear or know about. But other than that, just some of your perspective, brother, of what you heard tonight or just period of what's been happening since, Tatiana's death and everything. Give you a little space to chime in.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, bro. Yeah, my bad, nice. I wasn't trying to shut you down. I was trying to shoot that to Albert. But yeah, and so the question that I was gonna have Albert ask too, Amber asked, I know we said an hour. Just want to make sure y'all are okay if we go a little bit longer or we just need to cut it. I want to make sure I'm respectful of that. Always, so I can get long-winded too. So I'm gonna try to be quick, man.
Well, you got 6 minutes, so
yeah, I know, right? But no. So nice touched on for me one of the biggest things that came outside of obviously losing Tay was Zion, right? And so I told Ashley and Amber a little bit about my story about being seeing my brother killed and experiencing that as a kid and what that just that experience like that's huge, just to be able to know. And so nice, thank you, for stepping up and being there for Zion during that time, because oftentimes, kids are left out of the equation. They're afterthought, and adults go on and try and, figure life out. And that's not the adults' fault. Everybody's hurting, everybody's dealing. But Zion, for me, you know, I thought about myself, I thought about my girls, my kids, you know, what that situation would look like for them if they experienced their aunt, my sister, you know, here at home playing the game. So yeah, man, that for me, like that was the biggest part and the biggest takeaway. And ultimately what drove me to even speak at council was just looking at my kids and looking at my aunt and, you know, wanting to say something, right? Like I don't speak, like I just want to say something on her behalf, his behalf, and their behalf. But ultimately, today and what the last 2+ years have been is just trying to play whatever part we can play behind the scenes to support Ashley, Amber, the family, because we know, I know, right? So I haven't been, I'll use our statements, you know, on the forefront and like even reaching out personally because I know just the weight and how often people bring stuff up and you gotta talk about it and you know that stuff gets tiresome, you know, and at some point you just like, I'm good, leave me alone, like we gonna move on. So I just didn't want to be that guy, right? So I knew Pam, I knew Mac, I knew like I knew they were doing stuff, and so I just kind of whatever I could do, whatever they asked, we funded it that way. Um, but I just at this time, right? I feel like it's extremely important for us as a community, you know, community frontline, the city of Fort Worth, Black community, brown community, white community, whoever, man, like step up and let's give to this Atatiana Project. Let's put our mouth. If we can't be there in person, like Nice talking about and Mac talking about, like at least be there with your dollars. You know what I'm saying? $5, $10, whatever. And so what we gonna do as Frontline is we're willing to match, but we just gonna give flat out 1,500 up front to the Tatiana Project. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna leave it open on our page. It's gonna be on our website as a campaign. And we're just gonna push it, man. We're gonna help whatever we can figure out how to get this building. Cause I told Amber and Ash, like I'm a gamer, right? So I ain't had time to play no games, but I will sit down and beat some head and whatever, line it up, right? So I got my Nintendo sitting right here in my office, old school, right? So that's just what I do. But I think this project and STEM and everything that it's about, what they mentioned, you know, the legacy of Tay, and ultimately what it's gonna do for Zion too, right? And kids like him that witness and experience trauma, right? In our communities that just don't get that extra treatment. So I feel like this is key and it's important. And so, you know, that's I mean, I'm under 7 minutes, man. I did good, right? That's it, man. That's where I'm at. I really want to give just the floor to Amber, Ashley, to y'all to say whatever and anything y'all want to say. But Frontline fam, um, click the link, donate, give. It's there. And let's figure out what we can do to make this happen, like really make this happen in a real way. I think this is an opportunity for, you know, Fort Worth to really step up and do something big in terms of this family directly. The naming on the street, cool. The moral, the moral, I think that's great. Like I think all those things are good and well, but I think this can leave a really long lasting impression on the city and for Tay beyond and to reach some kids to really have that impact. So yeah, that's my piece. So Ashley, Amber, I'm done. Yeah, out of the floor.
I would say, I have a thing we was talking about earlier. What could the community do? Your gifts. What I'm learning is use your gifts to amplify a Tatiana, whatever your gifts are. Your gift could be talking to other people about, you know, getting us funding. Somebody on here did that for us, you know. You can talk about like the Carpenter Cafe. They did a ice cream sandwich in honor of a Tatiana and gave proceeds to the Tatiana Project. Jeff Daisy wrote a song about a Tatiana, give proceeds to the Tatiana Project. You know, whatever, you know, your gifts are. Think about what you bring to the table and then just add a Tatiana to that, and I promise you it'll, you know, whatever you need, or, you know, it'll come together. It'll definitely come together. Because nicest gift is to get out there and be about that business. And it came together. So most definitely, yes, it's all about, using our gifts. And I just want to say I thank y'all, everybody on here. I thank y'all so much. Living in Houston is it's hard to handle business 250 miles away, and not be there with my sister when, things are happening and she needs some support. So when I know she doesn't call me and she calls other people and, things like that, that helps me, when you guys came through and helped us clean up my mom's house after it was vandalized, that helped. That really helped. We're learning that, all help doesn't come from the way that you may think it comes from, but be appreciative of how it comes, because it comes. And we're extremely appreciative of all the, the support that we have gotten from, just to, I know nice, like I said, we would love to have, lots of people, but that the people that we have in contact with is being consistent. And so we appreciate that.
Sure.
Indeed. And
you had any questions? It wasn't no questions or anything they has?
Yeah, so I was just gonna ask that, Dante, was there anything from the chat, pertinent comments or questions that maybe need to be pointed out?
Questions, just a lot of comments of support.
Good.
I think James Smith just posted about every third Saturday of the
Yeah.
month. You guys want to speak to that?
Yeah, I was just about to mention, Mr. James did just post every third Saturday of the month. Atatiana Project links up with Harvest Food Project, and we give out like rescued produce to the community. So they always need volunteers, to come out and help sort through those produce and box them up, crate them up, and prepare them for people to just drive up. And I'm telling you, y'all, these are like, it's like the good stuff. They think they say it's the rescued, but I know I'm there to volunteer, but I do take me a cart with produce. I do.
Straight up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, good. Well, this has been super powerful, y'all. Definitely just want to take an opportunity, and we'll just go back around and kind of just have those final words from everyone to kind of drive home maybe what you want people to walk away with. Y'all have done it so beautifully throughout the time. We just want to make sure we get that good bow on it. Mendia, we'll come to you. Kind of final thoughts and sentiments that you want to send on.
I just love what Ashley said about each of us using our gifts and we'll find our way to make an impact. And that just like really made me feel so good because, my gift is trying to work in political spaces to try to make sure that we have elected officials who will make change, conducive. And so that's where I feel like I've, found my fit. And you mentioned about when community came to help clean up the house. And, one of the things that I found in the house whenever we were doing that was your sister's voter registration card. And that just really made a huge impact on me because it felt like a connection. I am her and she is me in that way. We had that shared thing. And so, I just love it that you're bringing up that we can each find our way to make an impact. And I thank you for that.
Indeed. Thank you, Mendia. Nice. Any final thoughts, anything you want to leave with the folks?
Yes. I just want to say, well, for one, thank you guys for doing this. Of course, we need to keep refreshing, and sometimes we got to reset and, remind everybody and, wake everyone back up. So definitely thank you for doing this. To Amber and Ashley and to the whole family, even your cousins, just thank you for letting me, do my part and, believing in me and just trusting in me that I would be, consistent.
Hold on, nice, you muted there. You got to unmute again. Get the button while you stop.
Look, I'm just talking. I look like I'm watching a kung fu movie with the subtitles. But no, I was gonna say thank you to everyone for doing this. It's okay to reset and remind everyone, hey, don't forget, You know, we got a, you know, trial is coming up possibly in August, you know, like, let's get everyone back, wake up to stand up. Amber and Ashley, I love y'all. Zion, thank you for trusting and believing in me. You know I hit y'all up several times, like, no, you know what I'm saying? I'm here, like, because I know you guys have your own trust issues with everything you've been going through. So thank you for believing in me to be consistent and just be here when you need me. And y'all know I'm gonna always be here. And to all the community leaders and members putting this together, like, thank you. We appreciate y'all, because there's definitely a lot of needs for the Atatiana Jefferson Project and just everything else. So I hope that everyone wakes up, you know, and has the energy. They all rested up from quarantine and all these days off, and y'all are ready to prepare to ride this through, because something big is about to go on and we need everybody.
Indeed, indeed. And nice, I'll say this, and this is absolutely true about Mendia, Pam, Pastor Mac, but I'll tell you, you embody that spirit of Community Frontline so beautifully, in the fact that the whole thing about Community Frontline, the whole reason we started is you see a problem and you do something about it. Forget all the red tape, forget all the other excuses, you know. So you see a problem, you do something about it, and nice, just everything you brought tonight was exactly that. So just appreciate you in that for real. Pam,
No problem.
any final thoughts? What you want to leave the people with?
Yeah, I just want to encourage everybody to give. There's a link, I believe, that's already been posted to give to the Atatiana Project. There are amazing things that they have planned to do in the community for our future, for the children, for the youth. And that's what Atatiana was doing when she was taken from us. And so we want to continue that legacy of pouring into children, pouring into our future, the next generation. So please give to the Atatiana Project. Your funds, yes, most definitely, but also, like Amber and Ashley mentioned, your talents, your treasures, your gifts, your connections, your network. They need a building right now. They need a building to minister to these children and to educate these children and to enrich their lives and to fill in some of those gaps that are in their lives. And if you have any connections as far as a building, please hit up the Atatiana Project. Again, the information is posted with this video. And then I would also encourage everyone in the city of Fort Worth and beyond to get involved in your community. You know, it's stuff going on right now. We're in a runoff. We have a runoff election. We can change the seats of power here in the city of Fort Worth, who make the decisions about justice, who make the decisions about accountability for the Fort Worth Police Department. And so do your homework, do your research, and get out and vote on June 5th. Early voting is going on right now through June 1st. And then we come back on June 5th for Election Day. Make your plan to vote now, because your vote is your voice, but it's also your life. It's your neighbor's life, you know? So get off of your seat and make sure that your family and friends get off of their seat and they get out to vote, that they take friends with them. It's that important. It's life or death. So yeah, that's what I'll leave you with.
Indeed. Appreciate you, sister, as always, for sure. All right, Pastor Mac, tell us about it, man. Leave us with some good words.
Man, I really, just echo the sentiments of everybody that's spoken. Man, we need to make sure we give to the Atatiana Project, and my church gonna jump in there too, man. I guarantee you. But that's why I say I hit an ouch and amen. I ain't gonna get on here and say it and then don't be about that action. But then even, and now this way, you know, again, to the people I deal with, the local pastors in this city, right? Man, we build buildings, we do so many other things. Let's help this family, man, do what they trying to do for our communities. So I'm charging them and then even charging myself to reach out to pastors and make sure, man, that we get involved as far as giving to make sure that this take place. And then lastly, man, no matter how long the city tries to prolong and drag this along, let's make sure that, man, we hold the memory up though, right? Like, because I've been to trial in this city and I know it could take a while, but man, let's make sure that we continue to, I guess as they say, use your talents, man, your platform, whatever it is, to continue to say her name.
Man. Thanks so much. Really appreciate that, good brother. For sure. People's lawyer, Albert Roberts Esquire. Some final sentiments there, brother.
Well, I mean, it's I just been listening tonight and trying to take it in. It's a lot, you know. And you know, y'all know here on the front line, we try to keep it real. You know, if you're listening to this tonight and you heard from Amber and Ashley and you weren't moved, I'm gonna question your humanity. Yeah. Because again, these ain't people who have been put up to do any of this. They didn't ask for this, but they've been called into this space. And so we're not being human if we don't recognize that this is a lot. You know, I sit here and I hurt, you know, and I feel bad and I feel sad and mad. You know, really, I feel those emotions because I feel like my city didn't do enough to protect your sister. Yeah. And so the city that I live in, I care about, has failed to protect a number of lives at times. But your sister, being the life that we're talking about tonight, Atatiana Jefferson's life mattered. It mattered to me. And I hope that we can continue to do things to amplify this foundation and the project and the vision that y'all have and just make it take off like never before, where there's nothing we could do to make it right. But as a city, there are things that we can do individually, using what Ashley said, our talents. Bring your talents to the forefront. This case is, there's a case pending, and it's down at the courthouse I visit on a regular basis. That case is going to be heard by a jury. If you get a jury summons, answer your jury summons.
Come on now.
Jury duty. There's going to be 12 people who are going to decide, should Aaron Dean be held accountable or shouldn't he be held accountable? So serve on your jury duty if you get your summons, so you can go down there and participate in this process. Vote. There's so many things that we can do. And I just ask that we continue to do what we've been doing and amplify that and do more. And as we do more, we can be more. And let's allow, this foundation to be all of that y'all, that Amber and Ashley, that you guys envisioned for it and more. Because that's really what we want. We want y'all to have some sense of peace. Not tonight, not tomorrow, but when that time comes. We want y'all to have some sense of peace and saying, you know what, we did our part. We did what our sister would have done for us. That's how I kind of look at things. If something happened to me, what would I want my brother to do for me? If something happened to my sister, what do you expect? Because again, y'all family. When they say, hey, y'all fam at the end of the day. And you want to fill that void. And again, there's no act or there's no one thing that could do it. But I just hope that, again, Community Frontline, at least tonight, has done something to help amplify that voice, and that as community, Fort Worth, anybody that's listening to this message from wherever you are, do something to help this foundation build, grow, expand, get the messaging out so that it can help to bring some sense of peace.
Indeed. Well said, my brother. Point as always. Dante, I'll get ready to wrap up here in a moment. We want to give you one more chance to get in. If there's anything you want to say as we close up.
Yeah, no, Yeah, y'all are amazing people, man. Everybody, but Ashley, Amber, truly, man, just thank y'all for agreeing to do this, and just continuing to be willing to put your voice, your faces, Tay's face, just out here. Because again, I get the difficulty of it, so I just really want to thank y'all for that. And this wasn't an easy ask for us, for y'all. But again, I think the need is great. The need is important. You know, H-Town, D-Town, trying to represent and build something in Fort Worth, Funky Town. Y'all heard the admin, who can do admin work, who can manage, who can help, who can come in logistically and put some things together, right? We know what it's like to try and run a nonprofit, right? It's crazy. And make sure that you're crossing the T's, dotting the I's, making sure that, it's a lot. And so those of you that work within those spaces, that can grant and give money, that can offer whatever the service may be that can help get this thing where it needs to be. Step up, man. We've been provided and afforded some opportunities as Frontline, and thankful. But again, every room that we enter into is always about giving back to those that are building and trying to grow and build capacity, and that's what we want to do with the Atatiana Project, for Zion, for whoever, just that family specifically. So if you're tied to us or we're tied to you, step up, man. Let's do it. Let's not hold it against them that they're from Dallas, out in Dallas. All right, that's a joke, y'all. But yeah, let's come together and really put on and do something great, because it's time to do it and get it done. So again, just thank y'all. Let's keep it pushing.
Straight up. All right. So I'll wrap us here. Ashley, Amber, anything else you want to leave space in case there's anything else you want to say? Good. All right. Well, I'll tell you this. Check out Frontline's Facebook page. Currently, the website is under construction, but we'll have that launched back up real soon, new and improved. But check out our Facebook page as far as our IG, as far as what we got going on. I won't even bother with the announcements tonight, but come get involved with us. We got a lot happening, particularly within the next 2 weeks, so we welcome you. But as we get ready to close here tonight, I just simply want to say this. One, tonight was so powerful. I just felt so many emotions being able to hear everything that, you great people have been saying. But I tell you, I just want Ashley and Amber, want that young king on the screen right now to know your loved one means so much, and her life matters tremendous, like straight up. I seen Walter Scott, seen Laquan McDonald, seen Trayvon Moore. We've seen so many of these things happen. But I tell you, the two that just touched my life so immensely, that really just had me, in emotions, had me evaluating things. And that was Sister Sandra Bland, and there's Atatiana Jefferson. And Sandra Bland, because, myself, Albert, Dante, we're all Prairie View A&M alums, and she's a Prairie View alum and was on her way back to our alma mater when everything happened that tragically took that sister's life. And then, of course, with Tay, Funky Town through and through. Pastor Max said it while he was on Stop 6. All three of us, raised on the east side. And, so for someone in Fort Worth, for their life to be taken, it just brought it home so much, because we look at the screen and we and sometimes, particularly as Black people, we say, oh, that could have been me. That could have been my mom. That could have been my aunt, my sister, my cousin, my brother. And then, just thinking that even if Tay was looking at those other things happening, like, man, that could have been me. And then ultimately, super unfortunately, it was. And it was right here in our backyard. So I just want you to know that your sister has made a tremendous impact on so many of us. Her life and legacy deserves to live on. I thank you two sisters for keeping the A-team strong, starting the Atatiana Jefferson Project, and just know that you have the full support of Community Frontline in whatever way we can be there for you all, because you truly deserve it. Your sister was beautiful, y'all are beautiful, and we just happy to be in your presence. So we'll end it there for the night. Again, bless you, sisters. Y'all follow that link, y'all donate. We ain't always asking for money, but we asking for money right now for them, because they want to do incredible work for our community. We want to support them. So many times people say, I want to be involved and I don't know what to do. Well, tonight you heard what to do. They need a building. They need money. They need you to show up whenever they're doing anything in the name of their sister. Let's get it done. Let's wrap our arms around these wonderful people and support the efforts they're doing. To Nice, to Pam, to Mendia, Pastor Mac had to get off and go minister. Love y'all. Thank y'all. Ashley and Amber, we got y'all. All right, that's it from the front line. We'll see y'all. So we'll see y'all tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right.
Good job.
Bye.
So much.